Okay, apologies in advance for the poor lighting and the fact that I sound stuffy because A, it's late at night, and B, I think I'm coming down with something. Anyway, moaning aside, we're having another look at this Intellivision console I got on a bundle with the Pong console. You might remember the video from the beginning of the week, or last week, or whenever it was I recorded that video. Basically, I couldn't fully test the Intellivision because I didn't have a game. So I've went and picked up a game off eBay, and the game is Pitfall for the Intellivision, obviously, because that's the bloody console I'm going to test. God damn it, Philip, stop repeating yourself. Anyway, yeah, we managed to tune it in and get some sort of black screen, but that was as far as we could get, and obviously that's the only kind of signal you're going to get if you're not going to plug a game into it. So what we're going to do today is, because we're not certain if this console actually works or not, because it was in the bundle was listed as sort of not tested / faulty, so there's a good chance this Intellivision is, as we say in Scotland, gubbed. But I mean, it might work, you never know. A lot of people just can't, tune these consoles into their modern TVs, so they plug it in and they stick the RF lead in the back of the TV and they just get nothing. So they think the console's broken, but really it just requires some fine tuning on a lot of TVs now. It doesn't just show up anymore. To be honest, actually, I think you always did have to tune in a lot of these, but I think people have just forgot. But anyway, we're going to test it out. I've already got it on the channel I've tuned it into, which was channel 7, and I've got the game. So bear with me, and apologies, I look like trash. And I'm covered in glitter because my pal thought it'd be funny to stick glitter all over me when we were out shopping. That was nice of her. Anyway, right, cartridge is in. It goes in the side, as you can see. And what we're going to do is, sorry I'm sniffling again, I'm a bit stuffy. What we're going to do is flick the switch, which I've not done yet, so I have no idea if it's actually just going to work off the bat. This is going to be a big surprise for me as well. But let's check it out. Okay. Slightly different to what was going on with it before. It was just a sort of solid black screen instead of flickering. Looks like something else is trying to come through. Possibly some writing there, can't really tell. Right, what we're going to do is, if you bear with me, I'm going to sort of jump cut the video and I'm going to kind of mess around with the TV settings just in case I have to retune it again. You don't want to have to kind of sit through that because it's me fondling a bit with the buttons on the front of the TV, and it can be kind of annoying just watching my head bob up and down while I'm getting frustrated because I don't have a remote. So bear with me and I'll catch you again in a bit. Okay, so I'm back and I've got the TV sort of scanning through the French frequencies to see if it can find the signal, because as I said in the last video, the console appears to be CCAM, which is a French standard of transmission. So I'm hoping it's going to show up. There's been a couple of flickers on some of the sort of frequencies, but nothing yet. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, there we go. Ideal. It seems to be working. Right, 2 seconds. I don't want to lose it. Let me just gently sort of press store. There we go, stored. And if I press these 2 buttons together, it takes away the menu. There we go, so there we go, we've got Activision presents Pitfall. I mean, I'm surprised Activision were presenting anything, because usually they just like to shit all over it and trash it in the bin. Anyway, let's give that a shot. So, you've got these controllers, and I don't know if these work yet, by the way. There might be other things wrong with this console, but I suppose we'll find out. So the controller seems to be working fine. It actually feels quite nice. I always thought the Intellivision controllers were maybe a bit crap, but I don't seem to be getting any sound. And there doesn't seem to be a jump button either. Oh. Seems to be resetting itself. Not sure what that's all about. Right, if you give me 2 seconds, I'm going to jump cut the video again. I'm going to have a wee mess around with this just so I can sort of figure out what's going on, and then I can kind of easily explain what I'm kind of seeing on the screen, so bear with me. Okay, I'm back. So I worked out that there's actually nothing wrong with the console, and the thing I thought was wrong with the console was that the controls weren't working properly, and it turns out I was just using the wrong bloody buttons. Well done, Philip. Well done. Right, so we've got standard Intellivision pad, phone, microwave interface. God knows what you would refer to this bloody thing as. It actually does look like the front of a microwave if you sort of said it like that. That looks like the sort of the digital dial for sort of, you know, tuning the time. God, if this thing could cook me a Rustler's burger, I would, honestly, I'd marry it. I would go to a country where they allow you to marry hardware. Anyway, right, so what I thought was, use the disc there to press, to go sort of left, right, up and down. And what I thought you were supposed to do, basically, was press these number keys and they would like correspond to sort of an action in the game. But actually, the main buttons are on the side, which I had no idea those were even buttons. I thought that was just something to sort of, you can slide sort of interface things into here so you can tell which each button does. So I thought that's what this was for, but apparently not, because that top button there is the jump button. So let's have a wee shot of this and see if I'm god awful, because I probably am god awful. And you can imagine with that button being on the side there, you have to sort of hold your hands as if you've hurt your middle finger or something like that, because it's very hard to sort of, you know, press the directional disc and, you know, press that jump button at the same time, unless you do some weird yoga with your hands. And apparently I'm crap at this game. Right, what do we do? Jump, yep, I appear to be across. All is well, and here's a bloody vine. I don't mean that video sharing website that we all miss by Twitter. I mean an actual vine that we can actually jump across. This is panicking me a wee bit. I actually used to play this game, right? I used to play this game on... Feck! I used to play this game on something called a TV Boy. Now, a TV Boy, which I'm going to have to get a hold of one of them because... Apologies. Right, I'll have to get a TV Boy because basically it was like a clone system. That's exactly how I want to spend my Friday night, get eaten by feckin' 8-bit alligators. This is quite hard. I'm not gonna lie, this is tough. And I think that's game over for me. I've been chomped to bits by alligators. But yeah, as I was saying, sorry, because I keep going off track. TV Boy. It was like a controller that plugged into TV, like a big oval controller. And it basically had like Atari games on it, like 1,000 Atari games. But they were all like palette swaps, so basically it was like Pitfall here, but the background was sort of like blue and, you know, things like that. I actually have memories, right, and I can never figure out if this was a real game or not. I think it might have been Pitfall, but I'm not sure. There was a game on the TV Boy, and it basically was like a nighttime sort of setting, so that's why I think it was maybe this, but blue. And I used to call it the Wolves. I have no idea why I called it the Wolves. Honestly, I was playing this when I was free, because this was before I got my first console, which was a Mega Drive, so I was playing like a knockoff Atari console, basically. I used to play the hell out of it, honestly. I think it took Barry's as well. I don't think we used to plug it in for the mains. So yeah, so I'm not even sure if that game actually exists or if it's a figment of my imagination. But yeah, I definitely recall there being a game that I referred to as the Wolves. It was a nighttime scene, and I do believe the reason I think it was Pitfall is because I think you could go down the ladders. I seem to recall there being ladders, and I don't even recall there being this many pits, to be honest. I like how I was better at these games when I was bloody free, I swear to God, man. Oh, there we go, we survived. Oh. I mean, I think it's just getting used to the crap controller. I mean, it's not that bad, right? It's actually easy enough to move about. Oh, I survived, thank God. It's easy enough to move about, right? It's not that's the problem. The problem is that I'm trying to hold the controller, right? But I'm holding it with like... Basically, I'm holding it like this, right? And that's quite difficult, like, to sort of maintain without, like, straining your hand. Like, I can feel myself getting... Oh, look, there's a snake! Yeah, like... Oh, across I go. Yeah, like, what was I saying? Sorry, I keep going off track. I'm very tired. Oh, for feck's sake, that hole just disappeared. Oh, no! Right, oh, there we go. Victory. What am I trying to say? I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. Yeah, basically my hand's getting sore. That's all I was trying to say. I can't remember how many stages there are to Pitfall. Oh. Run! Run! Right, but yeah, it's actually quite a... It's definitely quite a cool console. And the controller isn't that bad, it's just a wee bit ergonomically sort of straining. I've used worse. No mention to that glove controller I reviewed years ago. No, I was doing well. Anyway, that's probably... I'll give it another go. If I die again, then that's it. It's game over. Game's a bogey. Oh, yep. There you go. Game's a bogey. No, I'll try it again. There we go. Right, yeah, I think this is quite cool. I'll have to do a comparison of like Pitfall on the Atari compared to the Intellivision to see what the benefits are to having like an Intellivision version. Like, I'm kind of hoping they don't look identical. I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if this version's like better or worse, to be honest, in terms of graphics. I'm guessing it's mainly the graphics that are that are the distinguishable feature. There's a bonfire. Is this Dark Souls? Probably. Yeah. I'll have to double check that. It'd be quite cool to sort of check different versions of these games anyway, like just out of sort of curiosity to see what they compare like. For a game with no music, it's got a lot of bloody loud sounds in it. The game just seems to... I don't know why I remember Pitfall, you know, having a sort of definitive sort of end to a level, because it doesn't. It just sort of keeps going and going. I wonder if it's just a case of you just keep going and seeing if you can sort of like score as many points as possible. There seems to be a timer there. Shite. Right. I mean, it's sort of an exercise in patience, but the thing is with this, there's a bit of delay in you pressing the disc because there's a bit of travel on it. So when you press it, it takes a kind of second to sort of kick in because. Why did I do that? All I can assume is that I'm depressed and I wanted to jump down. Hello, so the camera decided it was going to run out of SD card space and decided to stop recording while I was talking there. Hence why I was rudely interrupted and you're now watching this part of the video. Anyway, I was ready for wrapping it up because I am tired and I want to go to bed. But yeah, this was just a video to show you that the Intellivision I picked up off eBay was in fact working. And it was listed as not working or sort of untested, and it's just a reminder that you can get bargains by looking at the untested stuff on eBay, because sometimes it is a legitimately untested product of which is working fine and it's just not been fired up in years. I'll probably do some sort of Intellivision stuff in the future, sort of reviewing games and stuff. As I said, during my sort of gameplay stint there, I'll probably get a couple of different versions of Pitfall and the likes and sort of compare them and see what they're like. But yeah, I mean, interesting little pick up off eBay. I didn't think I would own an Intellivision actually. I wasn't specifically looking for one. I always wanted one, but I wasn't sort of on the hunt right now. It just so happened that I found one on eBay for sort of cheap, and it came with something other than just the Intellivision, so it felt worthwhile getting it, because then I could do stuff with the other thing it came with as well. But yeah, kind of chuffed with that, and yeah, I'll do stuff with the Intellivision in the future. I've got another video to make that I'm going to put up soon. I'm just waiting on the thing that I've bought coming in the post. I'll not tell you what it is yet, but I'm going to make a YouTube video about it, and it is a piece of hardware. A piece of hardware that just looked really interesting, and I wanted to kind of have a look at it on camera, so yeah, I'll put that up at some point in my life. But yeah, I'll catch you again. I'll catch you another time before I bloody fall asleep. Bye!